the final Shakespeare. This is the voyage of the starship Milan. Its hour and 15-minute mission to dazzle you with strange new lights, including strobe effects, to seek out the exits, which are up the stairs behind you and on either side of the stage, to remind you not to smoke or take flash photography, to request that you turn off your cell phones and other subspace transmitters, and to boldly go where no show has gone before. Here, Captain. What here? We run ourselves aground. Stir!
Where is the captain?
I pray not keep below.
Where is the captain, bosun?
Do you not hear her?
You want our favor.
Keep your carbon as you do assist the storm!
And yet remember whom thou hast to board. None that I'm more loved than myself. I'm more way of saying. We're going to try with main course. I hear a hold. Set her 2 courses off to 117. Some prayers, all on. Must our mouths be cold?
The king and princess have prayers. Let's assist them for our cases and theirs.
A pop to your throat, you bawling, blasphemous, terrible dog! I'm out of patience. We're merely cheated of our lives by drunkards. Let's all sing with the king.
One escape arc remaining.
Let's take leave of him.
I have suffered with those that I saw suffer. A brave vessel who had no doubt some noble creature in her dashed all to pieces. Oh, the cry, it did knock against my very heart. Poor souls, that they
Be
perished.
collected. No more amazement. Tell your piteous heart there's no harm done.
Oh, woe the day.
No harm. I have done nothing but in care of thee. Of thee, my dear one. Thee, my child, who art ignorant of what thou art, not knowing whence I am, nor that I am more better than Prospero, master of a full poor cell, and I no greater mother.
More to know did never meddle with my thoughts.
'Tis time I should inform thee further. Lend thy hand and pluck my magic garment from me. So. Lie there, mine art. Oh, wipe thou thine eyes. Have comfort the direful spectacle of the wreck which touched the very virtue of compassion in me. I have with such provision in mine art so safely ordered that there is no soul, no, not so much perdition as in hair, fitted to any creature in the vessel, which thou heardest cry, which thou sawest sing. Sit down, for thou must now no farther.
You have often begun to tell me what I am, but stopped and left me to a bootless inquisition, concluding, stay, not yet.
Canst thou remember a time before we came unto this cell? I do not think thou canst, for then thou wast not out 3 years old.
Certainly, sir, I can. 'Tis more like a dream than an assurance that my remembrance warrants. Had I not 4 or 5 women once that tended me?
Oh, thou hadst, and more, Miranda. But how is it that this lives in thy mind? What seest thou else in the dark, backward, and abysm of time. If thou rememberest aught ere thou camest here, how thou camest here thou mayest.
But that I do not.
12 years since, Miranda. 12 years since, thy mother was Duke of the Milan.
Oh, the heavens! What foul play had we that we came from thence? Or blessed was we did?
Both, my boy. By foul play, as thou sayest, were we paved thence. But blessedly hope hither.
My heart bleeds to think of the team that I have turned you to, which is from my remembrance. Please you, farther.
My sister, and thy aunt, who's called Antonio. I pray thee mark me that a sister should be so perfidious. She whom, next thyself, of all the world I loved, and to her put the manage of my ship. As at that time, through all the signories, it was the first, and Prospero, the prime duke, being so reputed in dignity and for the sciences without a parallel. Those being all my study, the government I cast upon my sister, and to my crew grew stranger, being wrapped and transported in secret studies. Thy false aunt, dost thou attend me?
Sir, most heedfully.
Being once perfected how to grant suits, how to deny them, who to advance, and who to trash for overtopping, new created the creatures that were mine, I say, or changed them, or else new formed them. Having both the key of officer and office, set all hearts in the ship to what tune pleased her ear. Thou attendest not.
Oh, good sir, I do.
And pray thee, mark me. I, thus neglecting worldly ends, all dedicated to closeness and the bettering of my mind, with that which, but by being so retired, overprized all popular rate, in my false sister awaits an evil nature. And my trust, like a good parent, did beget of her a falsehood in its contrary, as great as my trust was, which had indeed no limit, a confidence sans bound. She being thus lured and made such a sinner of her memory, to credit her own lie, she did believe she was indeed the Duke, after the substitution and executing the outward face of royalty with all prerogative. Hence her ambition growing. Dost thou hear me?
Your tale, sir, would cure deafness.
To have no screen between this part she played and her she played it for, she needs will be absolute Milan. Me, poor woman, my library was dukedom large enough. Of temporal royalty she thinks me now incapable. Confederates so dry was she persuaded with the king of Naples. To do him homage, give him annual tribute, subject her coronet to his crown, and bend the dukedom yet unbowed, alas, poor Milan, to most ignoble stooping.
Oh, the heavens!
King of Naples, being an enemy to me inveterate, hearkens my sister's suit, which was that he, in lieu of the premises of homage and I know not how much tribute, should presently extirpate me and mine out of the dukedom, and confer fair Milan with all of the honors on my sister. So, fated to the purpose, did Antonio open the gates of the Milan. And in the dead of darkness, the ministers for the purpose hurried thence me and thy crying self.
Alack, what trouble was I then to you?
Oh, that did preserve me. Thou didst smile, infuse it with a fortitude from heaven, which raised in me to bear against what should ensue.
How came we ashore?
By providence divine. Some food we had, and some fresh water that noble Neapolitan Gonzalo, being then appointed master of this design, out of his charity did give us, with rich garments, linens, stuffs, and necessaries which since have steadied much. So of his gentleness, knowing I loved my books, he furnished me from mine own library with volumes I prize above my dukedom.
I would I might but ever see that man. I pray you, sir, for still 'tis beating in my mind, your reason for raising this storm.
Know thus far forth, by accident most strange, bountiful fortune now, my dear lady, hath mine enemies brought to this shore. And by my prescience I find my zenith doth depend upon a most auspicious star, whose influence if now I court not but omit, my fortunes will ever after droop. Here cease more questions. Thou art inclined to sleep. 'Tis a good dullness, and a good way. I know thou canst not choose. I am ready now. Approach my Ariel. Come.
All hail, great master. I come to answer thy best pleasure.
Hast thou, spirit, performed to point the tempest that I bade thee?
To every article. I boarded the Milan, now in the beak, now in the waist, the deck. In every cabin I flamed amazement.
My brave spirit, who was so firm, so constant that this foil would not infect their reason?
Not a soul, but felt a fever of the man and played some tricks of desperation. All quit the ship.
But are they, Ariel, safe?
Not a hair perished. On their sustaining garments, not a blemish, but fresher than before. And, as thou badest me, the princess have I landed by herself.
Now of the ship, say how thou hast disposed, and all the rest of the fleet.
Safely in orbit is the Milan. The rest of the fleet, which I dispersed, they all have left again, bound sadly home for Naples, supposing they saw the king's ship wrecked and his great person perish.
Ariel, thy charge exactly is performed, but there's more work. What is the time of the day?
Past the mid-season.
The time twixt 6 and now must by us both be spent most preciously.
Is there more toil? Since thou dost give me pains, let me remember thee what thou hast promised, which is not yet performed me.
How now, moody? What is thou canst demand?
My liberty.
Before the time be out, no more.
I pity. Remember, I have done thee worthy service, told thee no lies, made thee no mistakings, served without grudge or grumbling.
Dost thou forget from what a torment I did free thee?
No.
Thou dost. Hast thou forgot the foul witch Sycorax, who with age and envy was grown into a hoop? Hast thou forgot her?
No,
Thou hast. Where was she born? Speak, tell me.
Sir, in Argier.
Oh, was she so? I must once in a month recount what thou hast been, which thou forgettest. This damned witch Sycorax, thou knowest, was banished. Is not this true?
Aye, sir.
Thou, my slave, as thou reportest thyself, wast then her servant, and for thou wast a spirit too delicate to act her earthy and abhorred commands, refusing her grant, has she did confine thee 100 years, within which space she died and left thee there. It was mine art, when I arrived, that let thee out.
And I thank thee, master.
Thou more murmurest.
Pardon, master. I will be correspondent to command and do my spiriting gently.
Do so, and after 2 days I will discharge.
That's my noble master. What shall I do?
Be subject to no sight but mine and thine, invisible to every eyeball else. Oh, my quaint Ariel, hearken thine ear.
My lord, it shall be done.
Awake, dear heart, awake. Oh, thou hast slept well. Awake.
The strangeness of your story, the heaviness in me.
Shake it off. Come on.
Where should this music be? The air or the earth? It sounds no more, and sure it waits upon some god of the planet. Sitting on a bank, weeping again the king my father's wreck, this music crept by me upon the waters, allaying both their fury and my passion with its sweet air. Thence I have followed it, or it hath drawn me, rather. But 'tis gone. No, it begins again. I hear it now above
The
me.
fringed curtains of thine eye advance, and say what thou seest yond.
What is? A spirit? Believe me, sir, carries a brave form, but 'tis a spirit.
The gallant which thou seest was in the wreck, but she's something stained with grief, that's beauty's canker. Thou mightst call her a goodly person. She hath lost her fellows and strays about to find them.
I might call her a thing divine, for nothing natural I ever saw so noble.
It goes on, I see, as my soul prompts it. Oh, spirit, fine spirit, I'll free thee within 2 days for this.
Most sure, the god on whom these airs attend. My prime request, which I do last pronounce, is... Oh, you wonder. If you be single...
No wonder, sir, but certainly single?
My language, heavens. I am the best of them that speak this speech, were I but where 'tis spoken.
How the best? What wert thou if the king of Naples heard thee?
A single thing, as I am now, that wonders to hear thee speak of Naples. He does hear me, and that he does, I weep. Myself am Naples, who with mine eyes never since at ebb beheld the king my father wrecked.
Alack, for mercy.
At the first sight they have changed eyes. Delicate Ariel, I'll set thee free for this. A word, good sir. I hear you have done yourself some wrong. A word.
Why speaks my mother so ungently? This is the first girl that e'er I sighed for. Pity, move my mother to be inclined my way.
Oh, if a virgin and your affection not gone forth, I'll make you the king of Naples.
Soft, sir, one word more. They are both in either's powers. But this swift business I must uneasy make, lest too light winning make the prize light. One more, I charge thee that thou attend me. Thou hast here usurped the name thou owest not, and hast put thyself upon this planet as a spy, to win it from me, the Lord on it.
No, sir!
There's nothing ill to dwell in such a temple.
Follow me. Speak not you for her, she's a traitor. Come, I'll manacle thy neck and feet together.
No! I will resist such entertainment until my enemy has more power!
Oh, dear mother, make not too rash a trial of her, for she is gentle and not fearful.
What? I say, my foot, my tutor. I'll put thy sword up, traitor, who makest a show but darest not strike. Oh, thy conscience is so possessed with guilt. Come from thy ward, for I can here disarm thee with this stick, and make thy weapon drop.
Beseech you, mother.
Hence hang not on my garments.
Sir, have pity. I'll be her surety.
Come, obey. Thy nerves are in their infancy again, and have no vigor in them.
So they are. Might I but through my prison once a day behold this man? All corners else of the earth let liberty make use of. Space enough have I in such a prison.
It works. Thou hast done well, my fine Ariel. Hark what thou else shalt do me.
Be of comfort. My mother's of better nature, sir, than she appears by speech. This is unwanted which now came from her.
Thou shalt be free as the mountain winds, but then exactly do all points of my command.
To the cell wall.
Come, follow. Speak not for her.
Beseech you, sir, be merry. You have cause, so have we all, of joy. For our escape is much beyond our loss. Our hint of woe is common. Every day some sailor's wife has just our theme of woe. But for the miracle, our preservation. Few in millions can speak like us. Then wisely, good sir, weigh our sorrow with our comfort.
Prithee, peace.
He receives comfort like cold porridge.
The visitor will not give him more so.
Look, he's winding up the watch of his wit. By and by it will strike.
Sir,
One, tell.
when every grief is entertained that's offered, comes to the entertainer,
$1.
dollar comes to him indeed. You have spoken truer than you purposed.
You have taken it wiselier than I meant you should.
Therefore, my lord,
Why, what a spendthrift is he of his tongue?
I prithee spare.
well, I have done. But yet,
He will be talking.
Which of he or Adrian, for a good wager, first begins to crow?
The old cock.
The cockerel.
Done. The wager.
A laughter.
A match. Although this planet seems to be deserted. Ha! So you're paid.
Uninhabitable and almost inaccessible.
Yet.
She could not miss it.
The airbase supplies you most sweetly.
As if it has lungs. And rotten ones.
Or outpour perfumed by our friend.
Here is everything advantageous to life.
True. Save means to live. Of that there's none.
Or little.
methinks our garments are now as fresh as when we put them on first in a freak. At the marriage of the king's fair daughter Clarabelle to the king of Tunis.
'Twas a sweet marriage, and we prosper well in our return.
Tunis was never graced before with such a paragon to their queen.
Is not, sir, my doublet as fresh as the first day I wore it? I mean, in a sort.
That sort was well fished for.
When I wore it at your daughter's marriage.
Cram these words into mine ear against the stomach of my sense. Would I have never married my daughter there? For coming thence, my Ferdinand is lost.
Sir, she may live. Oh, I'm not doubt she came live to land.
Oh no, she's gone.
Sir, you may thank yourself for this great loss.
Prithee, peace.
We have lost your daughter. I fear forever the fault's your own.
So is the dearest of the lost.
My lord Sebastian, the truth you speak doth lack some gentleness and time to speak it in. You rub the sore when you should bring the plaster.
Very well.
Most urgently.
It is foul weather in us all, good sir, when you are cloudy.
Foul weather, very foul.
Prithee, noble. Thou dost talk nothing to me.
I do well believe, your highness. And did it to minister occasion to these gentlemen, who are of such sensible and nimble lungs that they always used to laugh at nothing.
Oh, 'twas you we laughed at.
You are gentlemen of brave metal. You would lift the moons out of their spheres if they would continue in them 5 weeks without changing.
We would so. And then go a back-battling.
Nay, good my lord, be not angry.
No, I warrant you. I'll not adventure my discretion so weakly. Will you laugh me asleep? For I am very heavy.
Go sleep and hear us.
What? All so soon asleep? I wish mine eyes were with themselves shut up. If I dare inclined to do so.
Please you, sir, do not omit the heavy offer of it. It seldom visits sorrow, and when it doth, it is a comforter.
We too, my lord, will guard your person while you take your rest and watch your safety.
Thank you. Wondrous heavy.
What a strange drowsiness possesses them.
It is the quality of the climate.
I find not myself disposed to sleep.
Nor I. My spirits are nimble. Fell together all, as by consent. They dropped, as by a thunderstroke. What might, Sebastian? Oh. What might? No more. And yet, methinks I see it in thy face what thou shouldst be. The occasion speaks thee, and my strong imagination sees a crown dropping upon thy head.
What, art thou waking?
Do you not hear me speak?
I do, and surely it is a sleepy language, and thou speakst that of thy sleep. What is it thou didst say? This is a strange repose, to be asleep with eyes wide open, standing, speaking, moving, and yet so fast asleep.
Noble Sebastian, thou lett'st thy fortune sleep? Die, rather? Winkst while thou art waking?
Thou must snore distinctly. There's meaning in thy snores.
No, I am more serious than my custom. You must be so too, if heed me, which to do what trebles thee o'er.
Well, I am standing water.
I'll teach you how to flow.
So, say on. Setting of thine eye and cheek proclaim the matter from thee.
Will you grant with me that Ferdinand is dead?
She's gone.
Then tell me, who's the next heir of Naples?
Clarabelle?
She that is queen of Tunis? She that dwells 10 leagues beyond man's life? She that from Naples can have no note unless the stars were post? The man in the moon's too slow. She that from whom we all
were shipwrecked, though some cast again, and by that destiny to perform an act whereof what's past is prologue, what to come in yours and my discharge.
What stuff is this? 'Tis true, my brother's daughter's queen of Tunis, so is she heir of Naples, twixt which regions there is some space.
A space whose every cubit seems to cry out. A space whose every cubit seems to cry out. How shall that Clarabelle measure us back to Naples? Keep in Tunis, and let Sebastian wake. Say this now were death that had seized them. Why, they were no worse than now they are. And there be that can rule Naples as well as he that sleeps. That you bore the mind that I do. Would a sleep with this for your advancement? Do you understand me?
Methinks I do.
And how does your content tender your own good fortune?
I remember you did supplant your sister Prospero.
True! And look how well my garments sit upon me. Much feeter than before. My sister's servants were then my fellows. Now they are my men.
But for your conscience?
Aye, sir. Where lies that? Here lies your brother, no better than the earth he lies upon, whom I, with this obedient steel, 3 inches of it, can lay to bed forever. Whilst you, doing thus to perpetual wink for eye, might put this ancient morsel, this Sir Prudence, who should not upbraid our course. For all the rest, they'll take suggestion as a cat laps milk. They'll tell the clock to any business that we say befits the hour.
Thy case, dear friend, shall be my precedent. As thou gotst to Milan, I'll come by Naples. Draw thy sword. One stroke shall free thee from the tribute which thou payest. And I, the king, shall love thee.
Draw together, and when I rear my hand, do you the like to fall it on Gonzalo.
Oh, but one word.
Let ask you the guard perceives the danger that you, the friend, are in, and sends you forth, or else you can't dies to keep you living. Shake off slumber, and beware. Awake! Awake!
And let's both be sudden.
No, good angels, preserve the king!
Why, how now? Awake. Why are you drawn? Wherefore this ghastly looking?
What's the matter?
Whilst we stood here, securing your repose, even now we heard a hollow burst of bellowing.
Ooh.
Like bulls? Or rather lions. Did not wake you, it struck my ear most terribly.
I heard nothing.
Oh, 'twas a din to fright a monster's ear, to make an earthquake. Sure, it was the roar of a whole herd of lions.
Upon mine honor, sir, I heard a humming, and that a strange one too, which did awake me. I shaked you, sir, and cried. As mine eyes opened, I saw their weapons drawn. 'Tis best we stand upon our guard, or that we quit this place. Let's draw our weapons.
Lead off this ground. Let's make further search for my poor child.
Heavens keep her from these beasts.
Lead away.
their labor, delight in them sets off. Some kinds of baseness are nobly undergone, and most poor matters point to rich ends. This, my mean task, would be as heavy to me as odious, but the mystery which I serve quickens what's dead and makes my labors pleasures. Oh, he is 10 times more gentle than his mother's craft, and she is composed of harshness. I must remove some thousands of these logs and pile them up upon a sore injunction. My sweet mister weeps when he sees me work, and says, such baseness had never like executor. I forget, but these sweet thoughts do even refresh my labors. Most business when I do it.
Let's now. Pray you work not so hard. I with the lightning have burnt up those logs that you're enjoying to pile. Pray, set it down and rest you. When this burns it to a weed for having wearied you. My mother's hard at study. Pray, rest yourself.
The sun will set before I shall discharge what I must strive to do.
If you'll sit down, I'll bear your logs the while. Pray, give me that. I'll carry it to the pile.
No, precious creature. I had rather crack my sinews, break my back, than you should such dishonor undergo while I sit lazy by.
It would become me as well as it does you. And I should do it with much more ease. For my good will is to it, and yours it is against.
Poor worm, thou art infected. This visitation shows it.
You look wearily.
Oh, no, noble mister. 'Tis fresh morning with me when you are by at night. I do beseech you, chiefly that I may set it in my prayers. What is your name?
Miranda. Oh, my mother, I broke your hest to say so.
Admired Miranda. Indeed, the top of admiration, worth what's dearest to the world. Full many a lady I have eyed with best regard, and many a time the harmony of their tongues hath into bondage brought my too diligent ear. For several virtues have I liked several men. Never any with so fun soul, but some defect in him did quarrel with the noblest grace he owed, and put it to foil. But you, oh, you, so perfect and so peerless, are created of every creature's best.
I have not seen more that I may call woman than you, good friend, and my dear mother. But I would not wish any companion in the world but you. Your imagination form a shape besides yourself to like of. But I prattle something too wildly. My mother's precepts I there and do forget.
I am, in my condition, a princess, Miranda. I do think a queen. I would not so. I would no more endure this wooden slavery than to suffer the flesh fly blow my mouth. Hear my soul speak. The very instant that I saw you, my heart did fly to your service. There resides, to make me slave to it. And for your sake am I this patient log man.
Do you love me?
Oh heaven! Oh earth! Bear witness to this sound, and crown what I profess with kind event if I speak true. I, beyond all limit of what else in the world, do love, prize, honor you.
I am a fool to weep at what I am glad of.
Fair encounter of two most rare affections. Heaven's rain grace on that which breeds between them.
Wherefore weep you?
At mine unworthiness, that dare not offer what I desire to give, and much less take what I shall die to want. But this is trifling, and all the more it seeks to hide itself the bigger bulk it shows.
I am your wife. If you will marry me. If not, I'll die your maid. To be your fellow, you may deny me, but I'll be your servant, whether you will or no.
Hence, bashful cunning, and prompt me plain and holy innocence. Your husband, then.
With a heart as willing as bondage or freedom. Here's my hand.
And mine with my heart in it. Now farewell till half an hour hence.
1,000!
So glad of this as they, I cannot be. You are surprised withal. Am I rejoicing at nothing, and me more? I'll to my books. For yet ere supper time must I perform much business appertaining.
By Lincoln, I can go no further, sir. My old bones ache. Here's a maze, trod indeed through forthrights and meanders. By your patience, I needs must rest me.
O Lord, I cannot blame thee, who am myself attached with weariness. To the dulling of my spirits, sit down and rest. Even here I will put off my hope and keep it no longer for my flattery. Well, let her go.
I am right glad that he's so out of hope. Do not for one repulse forego the purpose that you resolve to effect.
The next advantage will we take thoroughly.
Let it be tonight. For now they are oppressed with travel, they will not nor cannot use such vigilance as when they are fresh.
I say tonight, no more.
What harmony is this? My good friends, hark!
Marvelous sweet music.
Dearest timekeepers, heavens, what are these?
A living drollery. Now will I believe that there are unicorns.
If in Naples I should report this now, would they believe me? If I should say I saw such aliens, for certes these are people of the planet, who, though they are of monstrous shape, yet note, their manners are more gentle kind than of your human generation. You shall find many, nay, almost any.
Oh, honest Lord, thou hast said well. Some of you there present are worse than devils.
I cannot too much view such shapes, such gestures, such sounds. mercy.
Praise and departing?
They vanished strangely.
No matter, since they have left their viands behind, for we have stomachs. Will it please you taste of what is here?
No, not time.
Faith, sir, you need not fear.
I will stand to and feed. Although my last. But no matter, since I feel the best is past.
Prospero, for which bow thee the powers, delaying, not forgetting, having sent all the creatures against your peace. Be of thy child, Alonso, they never rest, and do pronounce my need, lingering perdition, worse than any death can be at once, shall step by step attend you and your ways. Whose drastic heart to come, which here, in this most desolate world, else falls upon your heads? It is nothing but heart sorrow and a clear light pursuing.
Bravely the figure of this harpy hast thou portrayed my Ariel. How grace it had in devouring. Of my instruction hast thou nothing faded in what thou hadst to say. My high charms work, and these mine enemies are all knit up in their distractions. They now are in my power. And in these fits I leave them, while I visit young Ferdinand, whom they suppose is dead.
In the name of something holy, sir, why stand you in this strange stare?
Ah, it is monstrous. Monstrous. Methought the billows spoke and told me of it. The winds did sing to me, and the thunder. The deep and dreadful organ pipe pronounced the name of Prospero. It did base my trespass. Therefore my child in the ooze is bedded, and I'll seek her deeper than air from it sounded, and with her there lie mudded.
But one feet at a time, I'll fight their legions o'er.
I'll be thy second!
All three of them are desperate. Their great guilt, like a poison given to work a great time after, now begins to bite the spirits.
If I have too austerely punished you, thy compensation makes amends. For here I have given you a third of mine own life, or that for which I live, and once again I tender to thy hand. All thy vexations were but my trials of thy love, and thou hast strangely stood the test. Here afore heaven I ratify this my rich gift. O Ferdinand, do not smile at me that I boast him off, for thou shalt find he will outstrip all praise and make it halt behind him.
I do believe it against an oracle.
Then, as my gift and thine own acquisition worthily purchased, take my child. But if thou dost break this virgin knot, before all sanctimonious ceremonies made with full and holy rite be administered, no sweet aspersion shall the heavens let fall to make this contract grow, but barren hate, sour-eyed disdain, and discord shall bestrew the union of your bed with weeds so lowly that you shall hate it both. Therefore take heed, as Hymen's lamps shall light you.
As I hope for quiet days, fair issue, and long life, the strongest suggestion shall never melt mine honor into lust to take away the edge of that day's celebration.
Fairly spoken. Sit then and talk with him. He is thine own. What? Ariel, my industrious servant. Ariel.
What would my good master? Here I am.
I must use you in such another trick. Bestow upon the eyes of this young couple some vanity of mine art. It is my promise, and they expect it from me.
Presently,
I, with a twink.
before I can say come and go. Do you love me, master? No.
Dearly, my delicate Ariel. Do not approach till thou dost hear me call.
Well, I can see.
Look thou be true. Do not give dalliance too much the rein. The strongest oaths are straw to the fire and the blood. Be more abstemious, or else good night your vow.
I warrant you, sir, the white cold virgin snow upon my heart abates the ardor of my liver.
Well, note how all eyes be silent.
Ceres, most bounteous lady, thy rich leaves of wheat, rye, barley, vetches, oats, and peas, thy turfy mountains where live nibbling sheep, and flat meads thatched with stover them to keep, thy banks with pined and twilled brims, which spongy April at thy Hespe trims, where thou thyself dost stare, the queen of the sky, whose watery arch and messenger am I, bids thee leave these, and with her sovereign grace, here on this grass plot in this very place, to come and sport, where peacocks fly and main. Approach, rich Ceres, her to entertain.
Hail, many-colored messenger, ne'er disobey the wife of Jupiter. With thy saffron wings upon my flowers, pieces honey drops, refreshing showers. With each end of thy blue bow dost crown my bosky acres and my untripped down. Rich scarf to my powder, why have thy queen summoned me hither to the short grass of green?
A comet of true love to celebrate, and some donation freely to a state. I have blessed lovers. Be not afraid.
This is a most majestic vision, and harmonious and charmingly. May I be bold to think these spirits,
Which by mine art I have from their confines called to enact my present fancies.
let me live here ever.
Speak now, silence.
Come with me to the lessons twain, that they may prosperous be and honored in their issue.
The minute is almost come. Well done. Avoid! No more!
This is strange. Your mother's in some passion that works her strongly.
Never till this day saw I her touched with anger so distempered.
Oh, you do look, my child, in a moved sort, as if you were dismayed. Be cheerful, sir. Our revels are now ended. These are actors, as I foretold you, were all spirits, and are melted into air, into thin air. And like the baseless fabric of this vision, the cloud-capped towers, the gorgeous palaces, the solemn temples, the great globe itself, ye all which it inherit shall dissolve. And like this insubstantial pageant faded, leave not a rack behind. We are such stuff as dreams are made of. And our little life is rounded with a sleep. Sir, I am vexed. Bear with my weakness, my old brain is troubled. Be not disturbed with my infirmity. If you be pleased, retire into my cell and there repose. A turn or two I'll walk to still my beating mind.
We wish your peace.
Come with a thought. I thank thee, Ariel. Come.
What's thy pleasure?
Now does my project gather to a head. My charms crack not, my spirits obey, and time goes upright with his carriage. How's the day?
On the 6th hour, at which time, my lord, you said our work should cease.
I did say so when first I raised the Tempest. Say, spirit, how fares the king and his followers?
Confined together, in the same fashion as you gave in charge, just as you left them. All prisoners, sir, in the line grove which weather fence yourself, they cannot budge till your release. The king, his sister, and yours abide all three distracted, and the remainder mourning over them, brimful of sorrow and dismay. But chiefly him that you term, sir, the good old Lord Gonzalo. His tears run down his beard like winter's drops from eaves of reeds. Your charm so strongly works that, if you now beheld them, your affections would grow tender.
Dost thou think so, spirit?
Mine would, sir, were I human.
And mine shall. Hast thou, which art but air, a touch of feeling of their afflictions? And shall not myself, one of their kind, that relish all as sharply, passion as they, be kindlier moved than thou art? Though with their high wrongs I am struck to the quick, yet with my nobler reason, 'gainst my fury do I take part. The rarer action is in virtue than in vengeance. They being penitent, the sole drift of my purpose doth extend not a frown further. Go release them, Ariel. My charms I'll break, their senses I'll restore, and they shall be themselves.
I'll fetch them, sir.
I have bedimmed the noontide sun, called forth the mutinous winds, betwixt the green sea and the azured vault set roaring war. To the dread rattling thunder have I given fire, and rifted Jove's stout oak with his own bolt. The strong-based promontory have I made shake, and by the spurs plucked up the pine and cedar. Graves at my command have waked their sleepers, oped, and let them forth by my so potent art. But this rough magic I here abjure. When I have required some heavenly music to work my end upon their senses that this airy charm is for, I'll break my staff. And deeper than did ever plummet sound, I'll drown my books. A solemn air and the best comforter to an unsettled fancy cure thy brains, now useless, boiled within thy skull. There stand, for you are spell-stopped. Holy Gonzalo, honorable man, mine eyes even sociable to this show of thine fall fellowly drops. The charm dissolves apace, and as the morning steals upon the night, melting the darkness, so their rising senses begin to chase the ignorant fumes that mantle their clearer reason. Oh, good Gonzalo, my true preserver, and the loyal sir to him you follows, I will pay thy graces home both in word and deed. Most cruelly didst thou, Alonso, use me and my child. Thy sister was a furtherer in the act. Thou art pinched for it now, Sebastian. Flesh and blood. You, sister mine, that entertained ambition, expelled remorse, and nature, who, with Sebastian, whose inward pinches therefore are most strong, would here have killed your king? I do forgive thee, unnatural though thou art. understanding begins to swell, and the approaching tide will shortly fill the reasonable shore that now lies foul and muddy. Not one of them that would look on me or would know me. I will discase me and myself present as I was sometime Milan. I shall miss thee, but yet thou shalt have freedom. So to the Milan, invisible as thou art, there shalt thou find the boatswain. Being awake, enforce them to this place, and presently, I prithee.
I drink the air of warmth and return, where I am repulsed by sleep.
Torment, trouble, wonder, and amazement inhabits here. Some heavenly power guide us off of this fearful planet.
Behold, Sir King, the wronged Duke of the Milan, Prospero. For more assurance that a living captain does now speak to thee, I embrace thy body. And to thee and thy company I bid a hearty welcome.
Whether thou beest she or no, or some enchanted trifle to abuse me as late I have been, I not know. My pulse beats as of flesh and blood, and since I saw thee, the affliction of my mind amends, with which I fear a madness held me. This must crave. And if this be at all a most strange story, thy dukedom, I do resign, do entreat thou pardon me my wrongs. But how should Prospero be living and be here?
First, noble friend, let me embrace thine age, whose honor cannot be measured or confirmed.
Whether this be or be not, oh, not swear.
You do yet taste some subtleties of the world that will not let you believe things certain. Welcome, my friends all. Oh, but you, my grace of lords! Oh, were I so minded, I here could pluck his majesty's frown upon you and justify you traitors. At this time I will tell no tales.
The devil speaks in her.
No. For you, most wicked sir, whom to call sister would even infect my mouth. I do forgive thy rankest faults, all of them, and require my dukedom of thee, which perforce I know thou must restore.
If thou beest Prospero, give us particulars of thy preservation. How thou hast met us here, who 3 hours since were wrecked upon the shore, where I have lost how sharp the point of this remembrance is. My dear girl Ferdinand,
I awoke for it, sir.
irreparable is the loss, and patience said it is past her cure.
Oh, I rather think you have not sought her help, of whose soft grace, for the like loss, I have her sovereign aid, and rest myself content.
You, the like loss.
As great to me as late, and supportable to make the dear loss, have I means much weaker than you may call to comfort you, for I have lost my son.
A son? Ah, heavens, that they were living both in Naples, the king and queen there. That they were, I wish myself, were mudded in that oozy bed where my daughter lies. When did you lose her son?
No more of this. For 'tis a chronicle of day by day, not a relation for a breakfast, nor befitting this first meeting. Welcome, sir. This sells my court. Here, I pray you look in. My dukedom, since you have given me again, I will requite you with as good a thing, at least bring forth a wonder, to content ye as much as me, my dukedom.
Sweet whore, you play me false.
No, my dearest love, I would not put it
Yes, for the race of kingdoms you should wrangle, and I would call it fair play.
If this should prove a vision of the planet, one dear child shall I twice lose. Now all the blessings of a glad father compass thee about. Arise, and say how thou camest.
Wonder, look how many goodly people there are. How beauteous mankind is. A brave new world that has such people in it.
'Tis new to thee.
What is this man with whom thou wast at play? Your eldest acquaintance cannot be 3 hours. Is he the spirit that severed us and brought us thus together?
Sir, he is mortal, but, by immortal providence, he's mine. I chose him when I could not ask my father for advice, nor thought I had one. He is child to this famous Duke of Milan, of whom so often I have heard renowned, but never saw before. Of whom I have received second life.
But oh, how oddly will it sound that I must ask my child forgiveness.
There, sir, stop. Let us not burden our remembrance with a heaviness that's gone.
I have inly wept, or should have spoke ere this.
Give me your hands. Let grief and sorrow still embrace his heart that doth not wish you joy.
What is the news?
The best news is that we have safely found our king and company. The next, our ship is tight and geared, and bravely rigged as when we first put out to sky.
Sir, all the service that I have done since I left.
My tricksy spirit.
These are not natural events. They strengthen from strange to stranger.
Bravely, my diligence, thou shalt be free.
This is a strange maze as ere men trod, and there is in this business more than nature was ever conduct of. Some oracle must rectify our knowledge.
Sir, my liege, do not infest your mind with beating on the strangeness of this business. At picked leisure, which shall be shortly single, I'll resolve you, and every accident shall seem probable. Till when, be cheerful and think of each thing well. Come hither, spirit. Sir, I invite your highness and your train to my poor cell, where you shall take your rest for this one night. Which part of it I'll waste with such discourse as, I not doubt will make it go quick away, the story of my life, and the particular accidents gone by since I came to this place. And in the morn I'll bring you to my ship, and so to Naples, where I have hopes to see the nuptial of these our dear beloved solemnized. And thence retire me to my Milan.
I long to hear the story of your life, which must take me strangely.
I'll deliver all. My Ariel. Chick. how long